Welcome back to Focus on B, the single-part video series where I take a look at a game that I really wouldn't want to let's play, but I think it has some interesting qualities I want to talk about. And this right here is Cytadela, also known as Citadel. It's this Polish first-person shooter initially released in 1995 for the Amiga. And it's an interesting shooter because it's the only one I can think of where, well, this happens. Watch. So you see this is a wall, right? You take damage when you run. Well, you don't take damage, as you can see, although actually no, you do. It's just because I'm playing on easy mode, because there's two settings, as you would expect. There's hard and easy. I've set it to easy because I would like to get through at least the first level for this video, rather than, you know, dying on that one. Okay, no, yeah, I can get through the first level just fine, even on hard. But in the second one, that's the one that does it for me, which makes sense considering when this game was released. But yeah, you bump into shit, and you're supposed to take damage normally, but of course I'm not taking damage right now because I do think it's genuinely very stupid. But at the same time, see, this is one of those strange, like, kind of crossover into System Shock territory type shooters, because, okay, I've never really been able to understand System Shock. It seems to be one of those, it's just Doom, but it's not Doom. No, it's got way more things going on. You know, it's kind of like Deus Ex to a certain extent. You know, those more than just shooters, you know, because you got stuff like Doom and Wolfenstein and Quake, you know, the stuff id Software does, and then, like, Hex and Heretic, Half-Life, all of those, like, games derived from that same thing, and that's basically, this is almost the end of the level, by the way, and, those are just straight up, you run around, shoot guys, right? There's a secret area right here, let me showcase it, there you go, run away, because you'll die, and now, here comes a really weird mechanic. Booze. You get drunk in this game, and the camera is now going to be wobbly like this for the next few minutes. I'm not even kidding. I would not be surprised if you have to look away if this makes you too... Because, like, seriously, this shit is so annoying to look at. Like, fortunately, it's just a nuisance to me, but I imagine to some people this might be a little bit more than just a nuisance. Like, seriously, look at this shit. Just jittering everywhere. Needless to say, some newer games have a slightly better way of recreating, like, the look of, it's oncodonic, you know what I mean? You know, motion blur and stuff like that, but this is just, what the fuck, look at this. But yeah, so this is definitely more in line with that alternative kind of shooter. You know, you have your straightforward shooter, like Doom, like Half-Life, like, even Blood or something like that, and then you have slightly not so straightforward shooter. Actually, Hexen, Hexen's weird because it's so fucking convoluted in its design, but fundamentally, gameplay-wise, it's very much just a normal shooter. This, on the other hand, I mean, you have to, like, the way, it's more to do with the way that this game is configured. So, you have to individually select key cards, for example, as an item. You know, as I said, you take damage when you run into walls. You can get wasted. You actually have to switch to your gun like that. You see that? I have to switch to my gun. I have to be using it as a separate item. And when the fuck is this going to wear off? It's getting really annoying. You can also you can have, like, way more health than you really should, I feel. There you go, finally. This level's almost over. We're going to move on to the second one. I really hope we get to the third one because it's a lot more visually varied. But as you can see, we are done with this one. Editor me, make sure to fix the zoom because, like, fuck that. I'm not gonna... Who am I kidding? Like, I'm not gonna play this game after this video. I just want to showcase it for this video. And what is so special about this version in particular? Okay, well, basically, this game was released for the Amiga, right? But as you can tell by the way it looks, I'm not emulating, like, I'm not running an Amiga emulator or something like that. And the weird thing about Amiga emulation is it's kind of like a virtual machine because the Amiga is, like, its own operating system, like its own computer thing. It's not just like you load up fucking Duck Station or something like that, you know what I mean? You actually have to configure it like a virtual machine, and that's the main reason why I don't bother with it, because I'm not willing to put in that much time for something comparable to, like, because with a virtual machine, I'm totally willing to do that because, it's not that hard to be fair, but still, because it opens up this whole new world of, like, different things you can do with Windows 9X and stuff, primarily. But with Amiga, it's like, just how many games do I really care about on the Amiga? And I'm also wasted again, god damn it. But either way, yeah, but as you can see, this is actually fan-made, recreation, source port, rebuilt type thing. I think it was initially released in 2006. Giant Bomb had a post about it. But this is actually a build from 2013. Again, I was just scrolling through Moby Games, just typing in, random game attributes and such. So I was like, what about free games, why not, on Windows from, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm out of ammo, from 2013. Oh, no, actually, I think I went for 2010. Because, there's also a build from 2010, and I stumbled upon this game, and I was like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. And I've played it for a bit, and yeah, I think it's really curious seeing such an approach to a first-person shooter where it's so slow-paced, There's one of the key cards. Can I just say, I also absolutely love the crunchy sound design a lot of these Amiga games. I understand that most of the time it wasn't necessarily a choice, but just like that's what they could do with the audio of the time. But I really do love like when you pick up ammo and it has like this that crunchy kind of sound. Also, yes, we have a shotgun because no shooter from this time is complete without a shotgun, and as you would expect, it's a pretty damn good weapon. But you don't get you don't get a ton of ammo for it, so you're gonna want to be quite careful with how much of it that you use. Either way, we're making a fruitless maze, and okay, when the fuck is this gonna wear off? I'm so tired of my camera shaking, and since I'm not emulating this is like a real computer application, I can't speed it up, unless I just sit here and speed up the footage. And my guy is finally sober. Jesus Christ, he cannot hold his liquor well, can he? Jesus. Alright, well, now that my camera isn't shaking all over the place, I should go back to talking about the level design, because it's interesting that this game has the very typical for the time maze-like level design, except I'm actually sort of capable of figuring out where to go. I mean, obviously this is right here is a dead end. In fact, this is the start of the level, is it not? Again, the lack of texture variety really doesn't do this game any favors because I have very little clue as to exactly where I am in the level. But at the same time, I mean, look, you see the enemies, there's enemies, so you kill them, and they do a decent enough job at letting you know where you gotta go. You also hear their cries, their sounds, and that's how you can, navigate around using sound. Now I think I have only, how many key cards do I have? Let's see, I have this key card. I only have the red key card so far, so that means we're gonna have to go and find an area where I can use it. Oh, this might be the wrong one though. Oh, it is. It's the right one, I mean. Oh, let's not pick up that booze because I don't want my fucking screen to shake. Wow, this game does a real good job teaching kids not to... Well, this isn't a kids game necessarily, if you couldn't tell by all the gore. But still, it's like, don't drink, kids, because like your camera will be all shaky for a while, and no one likes that. I've also been picking up all of this fuel, which I wonder what it's for. Maybe you get a flamethrower later on? I'm not sure. Again, this game has this very classic Doom style, finding weapons, but it's really interesting how this is one of those weird shooters from that time where it's like, it feels more like the continuation of Wolfenstein 3D. In fact, this free demo thing came out a couple months ago that I kind of wanted to do a video on, but I never ended up doing it. It's a game called Brotherhood. It's basically like a modern take on... You can look it up on ModDB. I think it's still available. It's like this modern take on the classic Wolfenstein formula, where you don't have any elevation changes. It's all very classic Wolfenstein feeling. I'm assuming I don't... Nope, I'm going to have to come back here from a different section of the level. Hit that switch. Maybe that'll unlock something. No, it won't unlock that. So let's go over here and see what we can do. I am really, really looking forward to starting my next recording session for my Let's Plays, though. Focus on B, I think, is a fun series, and that's why I'm doing it for the sake of, the games that I would never want to Let's Play, but, I can't just leave untouched, especially a game that no one's fucking heard of, like this one. I mean, how many people have heard of the original Amiga release, let alone this version of the game, right? Apart from the fact that, again, Giant Bomb had a little post about it. If you don't know, Giant Bomb is... It's like, so basically the guy from GameSpot got fired and he set up his own thing. I think that's the story behind it. Yes, may I? Thank you. Let's see if we can figure out where to go now. I hit all the switches just in case, because you never know when you might need to flip a couple switches. Unless they no, they don't reset. Okay, cool. We're just going to keep going this way. But yeah, so even though I do enjoy doing these kind of videos, I really cannot wait for me to start doing Cloud Built, this really awesome third-person platformer, as opposed to any other kind of platformer. Is this the end of the level? No, it's not. Also, you're probably wondering, why am I not using mouse movement? Because I can do this. See? Well, I'm not using it because of just what just happened right there. My mouse left the screen. That's right, this game doesn't lock your mouse to the window when in windowed mode, which is how I'm recording this right now. Because this game will sometimes change resolution out of nowhere, and, well, it's not out of nowhere, it's particular points in the game, but it's still very frustrating when it happens, because that means editor me now has to go, like, tomorrow morning when I'm editing this, I'm gonna have to go in and fucking zoom it in for that one particular part, and oh god, that's not gonna be fun. But either way, yeah, so, yeah, Cloud Build, that game is awesome. I've already mentioned it in a couple other videos, because I just can't shut the fuck up about it. It's such a good, third-person, like, parkour-type game. Really, really fun, really great flow to it. I thought that was a fucking teleporter. Jesus Christ, can you tell it's late? What is it? It's like fucking 1 a.m. right now, but, that's what I get when well, I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm gonna record whenever I fucking feel like it. Either way, we're just gonna keep moving through here, and we're gonna try and, you know, I love how it says, wait until the door opens. Like, wow, this is, look at this, bumping into door simulator. Now this, is just classic gameplay. No, it really is, though. It's fun because games back then, they did have a way of having their, like, kind of obtuse elements, but they kind of made sense. For how long have I been recording? Only 12 minutes. Jesus, it feels like forever, though, to be honest. Mainly because not that much is going on. I'm just kind of walking around, bumping into walls, making sounds, and, oh, wait a second. There you go. And this should be the end, right? Oh, it's not the end? Okay, well, I guess we're just going to keep moving through. I forgot I had this gun. This is a speed potion. It makes you go a little bit faster. That's nice. That just means I get to run into some more walls. And this weapon allows me to not have to mash the buttons to progress. Wait, where could we possibly actually have to go? Because a lot of this level design can be kind of deceptive. You know, it's like you think you got to go this way because that's the obvious path, but then it's actually not the obvious path. Now, is it? Well, we're going to find out. Hit this switch. That's going to open this up, get some more ammo. Oh god, I'm so glad you don't take damage on easy mode. Yeah, those are the classic exploding barrels as well. Because I swear I remember... I squished my nose, Jesus. Because I swear I remember losing about like 10 points of damage every time I would hit, you know, I would like run into a wall. Like, really, it's like I thought that maybe you were controlling like a tank or something, but no, the way this is contextualized, clearly, it basically implies that this guy is such a clumsy fuck that whenever he gets near a wall, he just feels the need to bash his face into it, you know? And take damage. Which, I mean, on one hand is kind of hilarious. This feels like maybe, is this the kind of shit that the guys who made Octodad were playing? You know, it's just, let's make something intentionally kind of clunky and stupid, but it's funny though. And this should be, yep, that was the end of the level. Okay, let's load up the, ooh, we got a little animation, that's nice. This complex is still inaccessible. What do they, okay. And how is that relevant to me? So do I get to... Oh, I get to choose. That's really interesting, actually. So we have a bit of an open-ended system here. Well, let's go to... You know what? I've played the sewers, but let's not do the sewers. Let's go to the power plant. Unless I've already been here? Have I already been here? But either way, what I was talking about is that, yes, actually, I have played this level. We haven't seen it in this video. But yeah, I'm familiar with the stage. Let's see how it goes. Because, okay, now the aesthetics are starting to... Oh my god, what the fuck? We have, like, some dude... Yeah, I keep forgetting. You have to switch to your weapons. There you go. Okay, hold on. Maybe I haven't been here. Because while I recognize a lot of these textures... I do not recognize these guys I'm killing here, so you don't just kill weird abominations, you actually kill dudes as well. Huh, that's interesting. It's a free card, so yeah, okay, cool. So I gotta go find the cards. Well, let's see what kind of cards we can find. I'm assuming this door opens automatically, yes. Interesting how it just has the doors open automatically, even though there is an interact key like you would have in Doom, where you hit space and you nudge up against the wall and it goes like, and you know, and that's how map makers like exploit that to just make like the most obtuse secrets. So you're just instinctually, what would you call it? You're conditioned to just keep mashing space on everything that you see. Either way, let's see. Do these explode? Should we find out? Well, I'm not wasting any more ammo on that. One shot isn't enough to make it explode, so as far as I'm concerned, they don't. It's really interesting. So you have to fire your card into that. That's so strange. Also, I imagine those crossfades would not have been possible on the original Amiga. I don't know why it just comes across as the kind of effect that they probably would not have been able to do back then. Not that I have any first-hand experience, because I've never owned an Amiga. My first PC had Windows XP on it, so I came quite late into the whole computer world, you know, as you would call it. Although I'm still holding on to that like dream of Windows 7 being usable. I know, because Windows 7 is technically outdated, and Windows 10 is basically de facto, with Windows 11 also existing, I think. I don't know, I think they jumped the gun on Windows 11. Like, it's too soon. You know, like, I don't see Windows 10 ever being irrelevant. I mean, it's gonna be irrelevant. That's just how time works. You know, we always say, oh, it's always gonna be relevant. It's not, and then it ends up being replaced by something. So, you know, that's just generally how it works. And also, thank God I've disabled sticky keys, because the shift key fires in this game instead of control. So, like, if I had sticky keys enabled, this would be a fucking nightmare. I'm assuming these explode, so I'm actually not gonna want to touch them. Have I already been here? Corpses. There's corpses, so clearly oh, actually, what? I'm pretty sure I haven't... Okay, hold on. I guess I have been... No, I haven't been here because there's health. And you know I would have picked that health up as soon as possible, right? I need it. In fact, I don't know if I'm gonna... You think I'm gonna die here? No, I probably won't, because look at how much health they're dropping, especially on easy mode. I'm assuming you have to... Yep, you interact with that. I heard a faint click, which means I now have to make one... Oh, come on. That wasn't accurate enough. Oh, no. Now I'm gonna have to find a bunch more of those, I imagine. I love how I'm picking up machine guns, but they have no ammo in them. So I'm just kind of... Okay, yep, I gotta do this, and now... Now what? Where am I supposed to go? Again, this is very much in the generation of what the fuck do I do type games. Also, yes, you move much faster when you move diagonally, so make sure to use that if you feel like checking this out. I don't know why you'd really want to play this, because this is the kind of thing where, like with Doom, for example, you can totally still play Doom, and it's still fun. That's why it's such a classic. Here, though, you move so damn slow that even though I do think there's genuinely some kind of appeal to this, I could see someone spending a lot of time on this kind of game because of its mechanics and its just strange factor. But at the same time, when there's so many more options, I'm just not really sure exactly how you could justify, you know, spending that much time on this, of your own time at least, because again, this is for a video, and it's always worth spending some time to make a fun YouTube video. Because let me tell you, I'm sure that most people who have done videos on a Superman 64 or something like that, like, they don't do it because they want to play Superman 64. They do it because they want to make a YouTube video out of it. Problem is, I am now completely, unequivocally, 100% lost, because this door does not open at all. This is not interactable. This rotting meat, I'm gonna vomit. What? What is he talking about? Okay. Look, you search in the area in vain. I mean, I can't shoot that. So, there's nothing for me to do here. All of these are just different... These are just parts of the environment. And now we're back around here. Well, you know what? I think we've played for long enough. If you've got any ideas to what to do, you go ahead and do that. But with that, I think we're going to end this video on Cytadel. This has been Focus on B, the single-part video series where I take a look at a game that I definitely don't want to let's play, but, you know, it's kind of a weird one, and I wanted to check it out. This has been Cytadela, or Cytadel, and I'll see you guys next time.